of a weird animal. This document, the Disposition of Last Remains Declaration, can be really helpful, especially if you really care about what happens, and especially if you really want something that your family doesn't really care for. Okay? So you have the right and the power in the state of Colorado to direct how your last remains are going to be disposed. What's going to happen? The law provides protection from individuals who may try to impose their wishes on the situation. And the declaration can talk about organ and tissue donation, cremation, burial, or entombment, ceremonial instructions, and any special instructions that you have. Okay? Now, I highly recommend, to make this document work, that you keep it with the medical power of attorney, because if something happens to you, that document needs to be handy. All too often people put these kinds of instructions in the will, and the kids find the will 3 months later tucked away somewhere in the house, and they start reading through it and they're like, oh, Mom wanted to be cremated. I didn't know that. Should we dig her up? You know, I mean, it's already done. They had to figure all that out in the first week. So if this document isn't available, if people don't know what you want, it may not happen, okay? Especially if you've already paid for something. If you've already set it up, make sure people know. Like, I've already paid for everything at this facility, and I'm going to be buried here, or I'm going to be cremated, and I've already set it all up. Let people know, and let them know where those documents are showing you already paid, because that is really expensive. And it's a very stressful situation for families if someone dies unexpectedly and they have to scramble trying to get money together. And I'll tell you, the funeral industry, it's an industry, right? They're in it to make money, unfortunately. It's the state of things. So I want you to be aware of this resource. It's called the Funeral Consumer Society of Colorado. It's very cheap to join. I think it's $10 for a person, for an individual. And they give you all kinds of information, and they have deals with certain funeral providers. So like, you can get a cremation and a memorial service for this much money, or you can get a burial and a funeral for this much money. And they just kind of let you know all of your options. Who knew